triceps. We also call them triceps brachii. Tricep brachii is a thick horseshoe-shaped muscle that is found in the posterior of our arm. As the name of this muscle suggests, tricep means three heads in muscle and brachii means arm. The three heads of the triceps are the medial head, the lateral head and the long head. When we talk about the muscle fiber makeup of the tricep muscle, then in all three heads, different types of fiber makeup are seen in studies. For example, in the medial head, the slow twitch type 1 muscle fibers are seen as dominant and their amount is greater in the medial head. On the other hand, in the lateral head, the fast twitch type 2 muscle fibers are seen as dominant. The long head of the tricep has a mix of slow and fast twitch muscle fibers. However, a slightly higher proportion of fast twitch muscle fiber is seen. This simply implies that when training the triceps, whatever exercise you perform should have a high, moderate and low repetition range as well as a light load and higher repetition so that all the muscle fibers in your triceps will be properly activated. Also, we can work out the tricep in different ways. For the triceps, isolation movements are also very effective, as are compound movements. In many exercises, you must have heard that when we take a narrow grip, the activation of the tricep increases. So, is this right? The answer is right. In studies, when three different grips, that is wide, shoulder width and narrow grip, were tested on each other, it was seen that the narrow grip activates your triceps more in maximum movements as compared to the other two grips. Its classic example would be the bench press. If you do a close grip bench press, which is one of the best exercises to activate the triceps, then your chest will be activated of course, but the tricep activation is more than the chest just by changing the grip and changing the position of the elbow. However, remember one thing, how close the grip should be will depend on the comfort level of the individual. While doing a very close grip bench press, if you feel pain in your wrist, elbow or shoulder, then widen the grip a little and adjust it according to your comfort level, because the aim is to do pain-free movements where your muscles activation is at its maximum, and this compromise happens in every exercise according to the individual. Many exercises are effective for triceps, and when I looked into the studies, I discovered that there were numerous decent EMG studies on the subject. Aside from that, other studies have been conducted and there is some expert advice. By combining all these, I have selected 9 exercises. These 9 are not exhaustive list. Apart from this, there are also very good exercises. If you believe I have left off any of these exercises, please let me know in the comment section. However, these 9 exercises have been regarded as the most effective in terms of EMG research and general muscle activation. Some workouts activate the long head, the medial head and the lateral head. But whenever we do tricep exercises, we never think that today we will only do medial head exercises. This does not happen. Always remember that in every exercise, all three of your heads will be activated. In some exercises, there is more activation in some particular heads. And whenever we do a workout, then our aim should be to perform those exercises to the maximum where all three of our heads are getting good activation. So these 9 exercises, let me tell you what they are. These exercises activate your entire triceps very well. The first exercise for triceps is close grip push-ups, which are also called diamond push-ups or heart push-ups. So how to perform this? Take a normal push-up position, but the only difference here is that you keep a narrow grip. Make sure that your shoulder is above your arms. It should not be behind. The hip should not be above or it should not be too much ahead. If you keep it below your shoulder, you will be able to perform it easily. Also make sure that whichever grip you take, it should be according to your comfort level. If there is pain in your wrist or elbow, then widen the grip a little. And the most important thing is that your elbows should be close to your body. The second exercise for the triceps is a close grip bench press. Instead of the normal grip of the bench press, hold a close grip. Again, how close this grip will be depends on your comfort level. Some people take a false grip and some people take a proper grip. False grip is when you don't wrap your thumb around the barbell but instead place it alongside your index finger. If you think that you are doing it better with a false grip, it is totally up to you. Make sure that your elbows do not flare out. They should be close to the body. The third exercise for the triceps is an overhead cable extension with rope or any other attachment where you feel the best activation of the triceps. To do overhead cable extension, first of all, take a step forward for stability, extend and slightly bend. It does not matter if you bend more. Make sure that you bend according to your comfort level and your triceps should be almost next to your ears so that you get maximum extension. Now, fully extend, contract and stretch the entire muscle in a complete range of motion. The fourth exercise that activates your triceps very well is our good old pulley push down. Do it with a rope or you can use any other attachment if you feel it activates your triceps better. It is a very simple movement, slightly bend forward and extend. Give a slight hold where there is maximum contraction. Again, slow, full range of motion, stretch. The fifth exercise is commonly shown in multiple studies to be one of the best exercises to activate the triceps. But there is an issue here. If you have any shoulder issues, impingement issues or injuries, then you can avoid this exercise. Otherwise, in this exercise, there are some issues while performing. I'll tell you what not to do. And this is a simple exercise called back dips. To perform back dips, make sure that your arms or elbows are with your body. Do not extend it too much. Just keep it close, just almost touching your body. Now, legs extend. If you want, you can keep your legs on a bench if you are comfortable. Second, whenever you go down in the back dip, make sure that your hip goes back and not forward. And most importantly, in this, you go down only until you get a 90-degree angle in your elbow. That's it. Do not go down too much where you will feel unnecessary pressure on your shoulders. The next exercise is lying tricep extension, which we also call skull crushers. You can do this in seated form or with dumbbells. But generally, when we perform skull crushers, we use the easy bar. The major issues with performing skull crushers is elbow pain. And I always say that a lot of coaches push your elbows inwards. Do not do anything like this. Yes, your elbows will not be pointed out, but whenever you do skull crushers, adjust your elbows so that you do not feel pain. The next very effective exercise for the triceps is dumbbell kickback. But a lot of people perform kickbacks in a very incomplete way. Always remember that the most effective point in kickback movement where there is the best activation is when you do a static contraction. Studies have also shown that when we do dumbbell kickback in a horizontal position on the bench, the activation of the tricep is the highest. The next exercise is a single arm or both arm dumbbell extension in a seated position. This is also a very commonly performed exercise. Whenever you take a dumbbell in this position, again the biggest mistake is to forcefully push your elbows inward. Whatever your comfort level, if you are not feeling pain in the elbow, you have to push it inward. Extend the whole range of motion. And the last exercise for your tricep, which is my personal favorite, is good old parallel bar dips. But when we perform parallel bar dips for the activation of triceps, as we understood just now, we will keep our elbows close to the body. Unlike the chest, where we flare out the elbows a little, whenever we do parallel bar dips for the chest, of course our elbows flare out a little. But when we do it for the triceps, our elbows will be a little inward as compared to the chest. Generally, the range of motion is a little less as compared to when we do parallel bar dips for the chest. However, if there is pain in the shoulder, avoid this exercise. Otherwise, this is one of the best exercises that you can do. Also, in parallel bar dips, there is not much difference between the chest and the triceps. There is a minor variation in the elbow. Otherwise, this exercise is almost similar for both. You decide the depth as per your needs. The depth at which you feel pain in your shoulder, elbow or any joint is the maximum for you. Stay about that. So, these are some of the amazing exercises to activate tricep muscles which have been shown in multiple studies. If you think there are exercises other than this, then please mention them in the comment section so our viewers will also know about them. And you can also watch these two videos for your knowledge. See you in the next video.